Hello. It sure has been a while. At least a year, actually. And you probably have some questions. Fear not, for this video, I'll be covering what I've given up on and what I'm working on. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's start off with the first one is a sort of Dying Light parkour test. I really like the Dying Light 2 parkour and I wanted to recreate it. This next one is definitely higher quality than last. As you can see, it looks a lot more cartoony and simplistic. It also has more simple mechanics apart from the fact there's only one. There's also more effects than the last, as you can see from the particles littered around the map. We also have some items, as you can see here. I forgot to mention this, but this sort of uses a speed boost. Now then, this one is the highest quality of them all, and my most recent project in terms of platformers. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this one. Aside from the fact I think it would have been a decent experience had I finished it. Here's what the map would have looked like. It was going to be a Centaur-like, because I was really into the game at the time. Anyways, there were going to be two teams, Empire of the Dead zombies, and Coup by European Alliance. The main goal of each team was to win, obviously, and instead of classes for the dead, they were going to be variants. Kind of the ones from... Anyways, Coup was basically just gonna have what the Centaur infantry have. Yeah, not much else to say. Moving on. Now then, I was a lot more passionate about this game than most of the others on this video, as you can see with the increased overall polish. Not only was it more polished, but it actually had multiple weapons, those being the pistol and the Molotov. The game was so polished, it actually had bullet holes and... Fire! Here's some older versions, by the way. Not order! This is a Devlogs clone. I read because I was too broke to buy the game. I don't really need to say anything else. Now then, moving on to the... This game was going to be a sort of Maya's horror PvP thing. I don't know. The idea will come up later, but transformed into a different game. Here's what the player would have looked like. Here's also an SCP-style blur, which barely works. It's also really performance-heavy. This is going to be a sort of non-massacre inspired game. It's actually my first time implementing Roblox pathfinding. Groundbreaking stuff. Not much else to say here. It's like I couldn't show off the lighter because Roblox Studio is so laggy now. I don't know why. This is going to be a Repo-inspired game, but instead of collecting objects, you kill supernatural entities. You have to kill them all to get money to level, to get paid. That's about it. Only monster added was the Widow. All she really did was just like walk around and cry. And she worked similar to the witch from Left 4 Dead 2. Anyway, sort of the last showcase. Well, she also used Roblox pathfinding to wander and stuff. If you get close, she slows down and then attacks. This game also had level generation, procedural level generation at that. Looking back at this editing, I'm kind of surprised I added this like decently well. Honestly, yeah, but that's about it. Now then, moving on to the...
What's your favorite color?
This game was going to be like, well... Is your God of War and Ultra Kill? Like... well, there's not much else to say. Besides the combo was also going to be like hours, but as they're paced. Yeah. Here we have another pathfinding test. And a stealth system which was hitbox based. This is basically going to be a traversal inspired game. Go play that if you haven't. This is just an RE7 test thing, or at least that's what it was going to be. Anyways, let's change the font.
Let me out, open the chamber doors for me.
Much more boring. Anyways, now we can move on to what I've actually been working on. This switch is pretty short, mainly because I don't know what else to put here. But I'll be going over two projects, the RPG I've been working on, and the remake of the Gore engine. So moving on to the first showcase. This is Vapau, and he eventually turns into this. Don't worry, I'll explain. The budget right now for this section, this video, I'll be using on this.
In the beginning, there was only darkness. And then suddenly, there was consciousness. It began to tear it pieces from itself. The first behavior, parturition, was founded. Parturition repeated infinitely, and suddenly change emerged. Mutation was born, and metabolism because of it. The gods would emerge from these behaviors, and even more from them. Prophesized, a god of balance was rising.
Anyways, on to the development of the game. Previously, the game was like this. Boo! Boo! Horrible! Boo! And then this. Oh my god, so much alive! So beautiful, so pretty! Main things done are map rendering, transitioning, dialogue interactions, and I plan on having 4 characters and like a few endings maybe. The characters are these 4. Their main purpose is to help you ascend to godhood, and there will be many interactions with them. That was the door engine intro. Now actually the minimal progress that was made. The game used to look like this: a buggy level editor, a buggy door system, and a crappy gun system. But all that changes now by starting off with the recode. Here's what the new version looks like: the implementation of commands, status effects, and tiled levels. I also decided not to make my own level editor and instead just use tiled. And I had to implement a JSON reader, which was pretty easy and didn't take too long. Here's the footage side by side. Anyways, essentially the premise is you play as the depressed mercenary trying to retire. Well, you select the amount of levels/days for you to progress through. I also release the JSON/layer composition so you can make your own levels in tiled. God, this video took so long to make, bro. The entire summer.